All right, we start with some overnight news now. This morning, Albuquerque police are investigating a crash downtown. Happened about 3:30 at 3rd and Central. Police who are on the scene here tell us it looks like the driver lost control, crossed lanes, and hit a parked truck. Police have not said if anyone here was hurt.
Police Officers Union isn't talking yet about being sued by 2 of its members. The lawsuit is being filed by 2 Albuquerque police officers who were fired after a security camera captured one of them kicking a suspect while he was face down. John Doyle and Robert Woolever claim union officials conspired with then Police Chief Ray Schultz to make a public sacrifice of them in 2011 to look good in the eyes, they say, of the feds, knowing that the feds were looking into APD. The suit also claims the union failed to represent them. The 2 ex-cops insist they did not mean to kick the suspected car thief, Nicholas Bloom, in the head during that parking garage arrest in 2011. They claim they were just trying to kick his arm out from under him to make sure that he was not armed. The 2 ex-cops are also suing the city to get their jobs back. A small group of anti-APD protesters took to the streets last night.
And this time the protests were aimed directly at Mayor R.J. Berry.
Shame on Berry! Shame on Berry!
Some of the protesters here, including a kid, are calling for Mayor Berry to meet with people concerned about the police shootings. I should mention, a few weeks ago on 2 Casa this morning, the mayor told me he has met with some of these people and has offered to meet with more of them. Now, the protesters here are also saying they would like the mayor to go.
The best thing that the mayor can do right now with his ratings is gracefully resign so somebody can take over the position that can do the job.
Protesters chose the intersection of Central and Tramway because the mayor lives in that area. They say they want his neighbors to know how they think he is handling, or not handling, in this case, the city's police problems. Well, developing this morning at 6:03, a pair of congressmen from Texas are teaming up to speed up the process of deporting kids from Central America. 57,000 have tried to cross the border with the U.S. and Mexico without their parents, and that is just since October. Only 1,254 had been deported by the end of June. That's according to one law enforcement officer. So now Republican Senator John Cornyn and Democratic Representative Henry Cooler are working on the bipartisan plan. They want to immediately deport most young immigrants, in some cases turning them around quickly at the border. And they want an appeals process for those who may be able to stay. The U.S. House and Senate would have to approve this plan, and they have just 3 weeks to do it. So they better get going quickly here because they're out on their summer break after that. Well, meanwhile, back here in New Mexico, some women and children are already being deported.
That's right. 40 immigrants who fled Central America who had been staying in New Mexico were sent back to Honduras yesterday. They were being detained in Artesia, where the feds have set up a temporary detention center for more than 400 Central American immigrants. These are people who say they were running away from their country from gang violence and poverty. This is the first group to be put on a plane and flown back. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement says more people staying in Artesia will be deported to Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador very soon. Meanwhile, local faith leaders from different denominations will hold a peaceful vigil tonight, urging President Obama to expedite administrative relief for immigrant families and not deport them. The vigil is at 6:30 at the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church that's over off of 6th and Copper Street in Albuquerque. And the Archdiocese of Santa Fe has been trying to help with the immigration crisis by providing resources. It is sending funds that have been donated to buy necessary supplies to the Las Cruces Diocese. It is sending bilingual case managers as well from one diocese to another to help with the workload.
Well, there's now a $5,000 reward to find out who caused an explosion that hurt a firefighter up in the Jemez recently. The U.S. Forest Service is offering the reward. The firefighter was hurt in the Jemez Mountains last week when he was working near the Fenton Lake turnoff. He saw a glass jar filled with some kind of a liquid. He went over to it, he touched it with his foot, then it exploded and burned him. If you have any information, please call the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Well, it turns out a guy who was a regular at a Goodwill donation drop-off was taking, not giving. Police say after hours, a crook kept going back over and over again to this Goodwill donation drop-off at Coors and Eagle Ranch. And get this, he was being watched the whole time.
We learned about this gentleman from some of those measures, which was our security cameras. When someone is stealing items from our donation center, they're not just stealing from Goodwill. In essence, they're stealing from all New Mexicans.
That is very true. Who does this kind of thing? Well, police say Juan Botella Ruiz, this guy did it, stealing more than $10,000 worth of donations from Goodwill all in the last year. He was busted on Sunday, as police say they caught him in the act. And investigators say he would sell the stuff he stole at flea markets and yard sales.
A Bernalillo County Sheriff deputy is busted for allegedly being drunk behind the wheel. 25-year-old Michael Duran is on paid leave. He was arrested by Albuquerque police Friday night near San Mateo and McLeod Northeast. The criminal complaint says Duran was going 62 in a 40-mile-per-hour zone when he was stopped. They say that he failed field sobriety tests and blew a .16, that is twice the legal limit. The Sheriff's Department says Duran has been with the department since 2012. Well, here's another one for you. An Albuquerque theater company is reeling after someone took their unique music instruments. The Q Staff Theater says someone broke into their building on Broadway and Lead sometime Friday night or early Saturday morning. Whoever did it took off with Highland bagpipes from Scotland. They also stole trumpets, violins, flutes, drums, and a banjo. And they even stole a rare Soviet-era Eastern European tuba. The instruments are worth thousands of dollars.
Being able to work with voice and instrument is absolutely fundamental in how we create our work. To have literally our voices taken away from us is a very difficult thing.
So unfortunate. If you see any of the instruments, the theater says please give them a call or call police.